Hello again, everybody. Well, I thought I'd share this cool shot with you. Last night I came out here and I bolted the running boards down to their little brackets, and I bolted the cab in place on the running boards. And while I was at it, I went ahead and just screwed the smoke box cover in place there. As you can see, it's just lightly held in place, and just wanted to get the overall effect of what the locomotive looked like. I think it looks pretty darn good. Tonight I've had a productive day in the shop. Well, before I get into the little actual project, I'm going to tilt up, and I don't want to blind y'all, but I installed a new light up there, an LED light, shop light, that I couldn't believe it. I went to Walmart yesterday. They have these things, these shop lights now, LED shop light for $20. So I went ahead and installed that, and I'll tell you, as the fluorescent ones in here burn out, I'm going to replace them with the LEDs, because the light is great and there's no flicker in the cold. Anyway, very nice product. So anyway, today, as I mentioned before, probably I needed to screw these little handrail stanchion base plates, escutcheons, whatever you want to call them, into the front of the cab. And what I have been using is 0090 fasteners. And so what I needed to do was I drilled clearance holes in the escutcheons already. I needed to do the tap drill and then tap the hole. Here's the little fasteners I'm using. See if I can get that. Got these at the local hobby shop. Miniature fasteners. They are very nice. These are made out of brass, just a couple dollars for a package of 12. So very happy. I just finished installing this side. Let me wiggle it. You can see it's anchored in there. I'll show you, obviously not an action shot, but what I did was pushed it up into place, and then I marked it with actually I used the tap. I held it in a pair of forceps and just lightly made a mark on the front of the cab. Then I slid the handrail out of the way, and I used the point from the center finder as a nice small point, just to go in and enlarge the point, the little tap marks that I made. And then I used my spring-loaded center punch, which, it's funny, for this size fastener, this thing looks huge, but I went ahead and made a couple of bigger holes. And then I would drill the tap size hole. As you may have gathered if you've watched a lot of my videos, I really like Dremels. They're so handy for certain applications, and I put the little 90-degree head on here. I slid this out of the way, and I had my two marks, and I was just able to go ahead and drill the tap size hole, no problem, seconds flat, got it drilled. And then what I used, let me step around over here, I did use a little tap magic to keep the tap lubricated, but I held the tap in this tiny little tap vise. That is another one of those items that I got at the hobby shop. Very, very handy, and it fit right in there. I had to kind of choke the tap up in there, but as you can see, there's just enough space before that first stanchion for me to go ahead and start tapping. So it worked out great. Got that side done, and I'll do the next side in a few minutes. I'm going to take a little break here, and but I couldn't resist how cool this thing looks with it kind of put together, the cab bolted on and all that. Very happy with how it looks. So let me do a little walk around here. Sorry about the camera work. Trying to watch where I step. There's another nice view of it. And if you followed along the project, I chose that green inside. It's a green, and it's kind of bright, but as you can see, with it all closed up like that, it does two things. It brightens up the inside of the cab a little bit, but it's not too bright. I don't think so anyway. I think it's going to look nice in contrast with the black boiler and the brass pieces in there. So making a little progress here, and the next steps, of course, will be once I finish this little detail thing, then I can put those detailed parts away, and I'll lay out all the stuff that I need to do the piping. I've got a box full of parts for that, and I want to organize my messy workbench over there and kind of lay that out neatly. That may be my project later this evening and tomorrow. I want to get it so that I can come home from work and just do a little, one little thing at a time. If I can do that, then hopefully we can get it running this year. So thanks again for watching, and I will keep you posted.